Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for week 2 here on the Sunday morning NFL rundown show. Man, Kanipe, it was a awesome week 1. Ups and downs, upsets already, injuries, right? Prayers up for Tua. Hopefully that's nothing serious. I mean, it is serious, but man, football's back. Let's just say that football's back. People are, panicking about fantasy football already. Their parlays have been crushed. Man, how was week 1 for you, and how you doing going into week 2, man?
We're back, baby. It feels awesome. And I will say that, I know it sucks every single year, but man, the injuries to like some key
Yeah.
players, like there was like I hate seeing the memes of like, man, my team is like already decimated. Like, I don't have that just yet in our fantasy league, but like, dude, I just feel so bad for some poor souls out there where it's like, your first, your third, your fifth, your sixth, all those guys are already gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a nightmare. And then like I just noticed today, I don't know why I didn't see it this whole week, but AJ Brown might miss. Like, what the heck
Yeah.
is it, dude? What in the world? Like, there's so much going on, and after 1 week, so we're here to give our crazy takes, and then we're gonna entertain the people while we're at it.
Yeah, man. So good morning to everyone in the chat so far. We got my boy Pito becoming a member again on YouTube, man. Appreciate you, my guy. We got Bucks Raised Bolts. We got Kid, the Bears fan, ready for Sunday night. Herbert, Daniel, James, Dr. Van, Mark Speed. Good to see all of you, man. Good morning to you all. We got to talk about last week, though. We got to show the people the picks. One thing about us, we don't hide. We don't hide. So how do we do? Let's see. Here's the new graphics for this season. Sorry if it's a little all over the place, and I can put it big screen real quick for everyone to see. But Knipe edged out by 1, 9-5 last week for Knipe. I went 8-6, but man, some of these picks. What was I thinking? The Giants. What was I thinking? The Giants, the Panthers, the Commanders. Knipe, man, you should have just been like, bro, I need a drug test you, man. You picking these teams? Man.
I will say, man, I did call the Vikings stomping the Giants, and I did call the Cowboys stomping the Browns, which I did feel pretty good about on Sunday when that should happen.
Yeah, you did call the Cowboys. You're like, oh, they're gonna win by like, I think you said like 17 or something like
No,
that.
I
But
said 20, but even so, it was just
yeah,
it was nice. It was nice to see him dominate. Like, I just knew it would happen.
yeah, man. But you killed it on the primetime games. You called it Sunday night and Monday night. Of course, your Niners just flat out destroying the Jets. I mean, it wasn't even a competition. I was shocked. Yeah, Niner. What was it? Bang bang Niner gang is what y'all say?
Bang 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 bang
Oh,
Niner
whatever.
gang, boy.
Whatever. What's up, Kyle? Good morning to you. Says go Cole. You're going down today, Kyle. We'll talk about it soon. You're going
We
down, Kyle.
bleed blue.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus. Yeah, that's your best buddy
Hey,
right there.
I told you he was going to become viral. Like that, as soon as I saw the video, I was like, this guy's going to be famous for sure. Like he'll be on Pat McAfee in no time.
Oh no! Oh yeah, definitely, because he's a Colts fan and they're living in Indianapolis. So
yeah, he will.
All right, let's go to the games for today. Some of these lines have moved. I checked it this morning. I made all these layovers last night. So Raiders on the road to Baltimore. Right now, they're 8-point favorites. Baltimore is, so they moved the line to 8. Over under is 41.5. Some key injuries on the Raiders side. You have Tyree Wilson out, their first round pick from last season. And then on the Baltimore side, you had Nate Wiggins, their first round pick this year, the corner. He's out. And Kyle Van Noy, I doubt he's going to play. He's questionable, but he fractured his orbital bone in his eye. So I doubt he's going to be suiting up, but he's questionable for right now. Ravens were an inch away from going to overtime versus the Chiefs. So they had a heartbreaking loss versus the Chiefs. They still can't beat those guys, man. What's one thing we say about this season? Can Lamar get over the hump and beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs? Week 1, they couldn't do it. Raiders, tonight, man. They look like they could not play football on offense. Their defense did really good. Their defense played pretty well. But, man, their offense has struggled. I mean, they couldn't get the run going. Gardner Minshew, I don't know what happened. He looked more comfortable with the Colts with Shane Steichen, but he could not move the ball down the field. Man, this game should be an easy one to pick. I know the people don't want us agreeing, and knowing you might not, but I'm going with the Ravens here. I think they will cover that 8. It's 8 now, not 8.5. I do think they will cover that 8 spread. First game, at home for them, and Lamar Jackson usually plays this team pretty well. So I'm going with the Ravens spread and Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown, baby.
Yeah, I mean, God, I want to disagree with you. I'd love to. I'd love to start the show with a bang, but dude,
Sometimes you
like,
can't.
and what I say, in what world does this happen to where the Ravens lose at home on a noon game? Like, I don't know, to the Raiders. Like, man, like even if you're away, like this is like unless Lamar goes down, and even if Lamar goes down, I still have confidence the Ravens can cover this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
didn't Huntley go back over to the Ravens? Right? Isn't he their backup again?
I want to say, yeah, he did because he left.
Yeah,
Where was he at?
I think he's a Tennessee or I don't know, somewhere weird. But anyway, like, dude, Huntley, I feel like could still beat this team because Gardner Minshew. I mean, in that system, like you said, Shane Steichen has an awesome offensive scheme, and Gardner Minshew clearly doesn't fit into Antonio Pierce's rhythm or role, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this should be an easy one, man. Let's just move on. Ravens by freaking 13, easy.
Yeah, and Tyler Huntley is their backup.
Yeah.
So, what's up, Jonathan? My Falcons took the L. Dude, what happened to your Falcons, man? What happened? But yeah, this is an easy one, guys. This is an easy one. We say this now, and the Raiders come over there and spank them. So let's move on. Let's go to a much more interesting game here. The Browns taking on the Jaguars. Browns looked absolutely atrocious last week, and I mean, they couldn't do anything correct. They couldn't play defense. They couldn't do all like Deshaun Watson is just he's awful, man. He is awful. Talking about one of the worst contracts in NFL history. Deshaun Watson is up there. I mean, my Lord, they looked way better with Joe Flacco under center last season. The Jaguars, man, on their side, they lost that game. They had the game won. They were up 14-0 at one point. They were rolling, and then just that fumble by ETN right at the goal line. You can just feel it. I mean, I was surrounded by Jaguar fans. You can just feel the momentum just shift. They all started going to the bottles. They all started taking shots. They all started feeling a little sad. And guess what? We're all taking shots, right? Tyreek Hill, 80-yard touchdown. And then, bro, that game just went down the drain for the Jaguars. Couldn't get it going. They blew it. They should have had that win. They did not win it. So first game home for them. They had to go, from Miami to Jacksonville. So not a big trip at all. But man, this is a tough one for me, honestly. The Browns defense, I do think they'll show up today. I do think they'll be better. It's going to be up to the Browns offense, especially with that offensive line tonight with Jedrick Wills. He's questionable again. Jack Conklin again. So the tackles are, an issue on that offensive line for the Browns. Tyson Campbell, though, on the Jaguar side, IR with a hamstring injury. So their best corner is out. Jags are 3-point favorites at home. I do think the Jaguars win this game. And I feel like you might not agree there, but I think the Jags will get it done. My boys are going to the game live, so hopefully the Jaguars can get it done for them. I got them, man. What do you think?
Yeah, this one's tough. I went back and forth on this one a lot because obviously our boys there. I like to support them when I can. And I called the Browns getting stomped right at home opener against the Cowboys. I just don't see that happening today. I really do believe, like you said, the Browns defense might actually show up in a big way today because the Browns defense, even we all remember last year, the Browns defense was game changing. Like they could flip a script, they could cause havoc, cause pressure. Myles Garrett can ruin this football game in 3 plays. You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna say because until Trevor proves it, man, I just don't believe it. I don't fully believe in Trevor and
Wow.
I'm gonna say the Browns take the win on the road by a field goal, man. I really am, and not because of Deshaun Watson, not because of their offense. I think their offense is middling at best, but I do think their defense is elite, and I think that they have plenty of pieces in order to stop. Because the Jaguars don't have anyone on offense that I'm ooh, crap, that guy scares the hell out of me. Brian Thomas did look really good,
Yeah.
He did look awesome. I'll give him that. But outside of that, what are we kind of doing here? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think the Browns defense gets a pick six or a fumble six at some point in this game, and I think that's going to be a momentum shift again. And like the Jaguars just seem to have that karma or that juju to where that kind of shit happens to them. So I'm going to say it happens again, and we're going to say Browns by 3. I'm going to say like some lame score too, like probably like 19-16 or something weird. Like under 20, under 20 for both teams. I feel like.
Yeah, so the over-under is 41.5. So you think that's going to hit the under?
Yeah, I think under hits. Yeah.
Dr. Van, how many more games does Watson play? Dude is terrible. Who knows? Because Jameis is backing them up. So if they do lose this game, I think they really have to look hard into benching Watson. If he plays terrible, that is, if he plays good and they still lose, then that's good for him. But dude, $230 million quarterback sitting on the bench, it's not what you want, man. So I know they don't want to bench him, but gosh, man, if they start 0-2 and he plays terrible today, you have to look hard into benching Watson. We're moving on to the Jets and the Titans, two teams that kind of underwhelmed in week 1. The Jets, really, it wasn't even a competition versus the Niners. The Jets defense, everyone was talking about how good they are. They couldn't stop the Niners. They scored on 8 consecutive drives. So, they're the 85 Bears defense? Yeah, right. That team just couldn't get going. Rodgers played okay. He didn't play terrible. He didn't play, MVP level Rodgers, but I think this game right here, I think he can play like up to that level. The Titans offense I was talking about it in week 1. I was like, they made some offensive moves this offseason. They couldn't get anything going on offense, bro. I mean, the Bears defense, they might be the real deal if they played like that against every team. I mean, the defense for the Bears were flying around the field, making turnovers. They won the game for the Bears single-handedly. I mean, Caleb Williams had 93 passing yards, and they won. Like, that's just crazy. Titans, man, I called them one of the sleepers that could be in the AFC. This is a big game for the Jets because if they lose this game and they start 0-2, man, you know how that fan base is. You know how much the chips are pushed in with Rodgers there. I got to go with the Jets here, man. I do think the Titans offense plays a little bit better, but I like the Jets covering that spread. Let me check to make sure it's not changed. It's 4 now. So the spread's 4. I still think they're going to cover it. I got the Jets winning and covering that spread.
All right. Let's see here. This is one of the Jets didn't look as strong as I thought they would, man. And I know that they're going against my team, and my team is, we're next level. We're real difficult to beat.
Yeah.
But that being said, they still the Jets still did not look remotely ready. They did not look like they were. I don't know. They did not look like they were a complete football team just yet. Gary Wilson looked very underwhelming. Like there was one drive where he looked like he had figured it out, and then we just clamped him again. And then there was nothing heard from him the rest of the night. So I don't know. That just doesn't give me confidence to pick them to win on the road. Even though I'm sure Rodgers will have them in the right headspace. I'm sure Rodgers, will have that team mentally ready. And, they still have to overcome and still move the ball well. And even though I don't believe in, I'd much rather pick Aaron Rodgers to win over Will Levis. I still think that this is one of those this is the NFL type of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like anything can happen in this game, and Will Levis could just pop off for 2 or 3 plays and it works out, and that's all they need. So let me get them Titans at home. Let me get them Titans at home by a field goal. Just because the Jets didn't inspire me to pick them in any sort of fashion yet. You know what I mean? Until I see prove to me that you can beat this team by 10, and then I'll say, okay, you're ready for me to pick you against some better caliber teams. But until then, let me get the Titans. You know what I mean? Because the Titans, it's not these are still NFL pro players. It's not like it's impossible for them to just take over a game at a certain point. So, Will Levis is going to have a randomly decent day. He'll have 275 yards, 2 touchdowns. He'll probably run one in, and he'll probably have a pick as well, I'm sure. But I think he's going to have one of those randomly good weeks. Let's see what happens here.
Daniel, Jets fan in the chat right now. How you like that take right there by Knight, man? That's okay. Now we're starting to get going here. I mean, this could be a toss-up game for real, but the Jets have the talent to get it done. So they don't. Can't wait to listen to New York radio tomorrow because it's going to be on fire. Moving on to your Niners on the road to the Vikings here. Let me make sure the spread is still 4.5. It is.
What is that?
I think that's disrespectful.
Disrespect.
I think smash that spread, but you take it on. It's your team. Let's hear it.
Boys and girls, you know what to do. It's the Niners. We're not losing this game. Come on now. I mean, they don't have Jordan Addison. Not that was going to be a game changer. He did rock it. Like Jordan Addison they beat us last year with Cousins, and Addison went ham. But I feel like we remember that. So we're going to use that as motivation. Kyle Shanahan's not losing this football game. We're not losing this football game to Sam freaking Darnold. And I think it'll be closer than most people think. Yeah, trap game. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead, put all your money on the Vikings then. But let's say, I truly believe that by the end of the game, we're going to win by 13. Because at halftime, I can see this game being somewhat close. Because there could be a few plays by Jettas, where that keeps them in it. But Sam Darnold against my defense, nah, dog, nah. I think we're going to handle them just fine. I think that our offense is going to be still clicking. We're playing on turf. I just don't see unless outside of injury, we should be just fine. So. Let's get it. Niners by 13. Over.
Sam Darnold revenge game here. This is Dr. Van. Oh, man. No McCaffrey, man. On the IR for 4 weeks. No Hufanga. I like Hufanga a lot. Really good safety in this league. Yeah. I mean, hey, the Vikings took care of business against those Giants. I had the Giants beating this team, but this team, Darnold looked like a all-pro quarterback against that defense, but it's a different story with the Niners.
Yes, sir.
It's a different story. I got the Niners winning this game. I got them covering that spread as well. Pringle saying the Vikings will cover. Don't sleep on them. They could backdoor cover that when it's like they're up like 10, right? And then they're trying to get back in the game. I think a backdoor cover might happen, but. Okay. No, I got the Niners winning. It sucks to see what happened with McCaffrey. He's dealing with that Achilles tendonitis, out 4 weeks. But Jordan Mason, can I drafted him, by the way, in our fantasy league? He already knew. He knew. He had the inside scoop. But I think they have enough weapons on offense to get it done without McCaffrey. I think Kyle Shanahan is one of those coaches. Find a running back in the streets and he'll make something happen with them. So I got the Niners winning here. Sorry, Vikings fans. Vikings fans think I hate them. I mean, I don't hate the fans. I hate the team. We're going to the Chargers versus the Panthers here. The Chargers taking care of business versus those Raiders. That run game for the Chargers. It wasn't Gus the Bus. It was Dobbins looking like he's fully healthy. Finally, the guy's been banged up with injuries throughout his whole career, but this Chargers passing tonight, where was it? They didn't need it at all. So I want to see if that can get into play this week versus the trash, pathetic, just disgraceful Carolina Panthers. This team should not even be in the NFL at this point. This team is a flat out joke. David Tepper, the owner of this team, should just sell it. He's one of the worst owners in the league. Why on earth did I pick the Panthers to beat the Saints last week? Why? I will never do it again. Football gods, I apologize. But this Panthers team is god-awful. It's a disgrace. What they showed on that field last week was a flat-out embarrassment to the NFL. If you know how like soccer, the bottom 4 teams, they fall out of the Premier League or whatever, they do that in soccer. They should do that to this team, the Carolina Panthers. Bring Texas Longhorns, man, because the Texas Longhorns can destroy the Panthers. How bad this team is, man. I don't care for the rest of the year. I'm taking the other team. So that being said, Chargers will win this game. They're going to cover that 5-point spread. That's a crazy spread right there. Smash the spread for the Chargers. Bosa's questionable, Palmer's questionable, and the punter for the Panthers are questionable tonight. So if the punter's not playing, he's going to be punting all the time. I got Chargers winning.
All right. Let me get my upset of the
No
week,
way.
baby.
Hold on.
Let me get
Are
my
you
upset of the
kidding
week.
me?
Let me get my upset of the damn week going.
Are you
Welcome
kidding me?
to the NFL where things don't make sense and we get irritated about it. It's going to happen.
Wow.
I called it last year in like week 4 or week 5 that the Panthers would get their first win, and we're going to go with week 2 this year. Because, again, I know I picked against the Chargers last week, but I just don't believe in that damn team. I don't believe in the offense. I don't believe in their talent. The only guy I like in that whole team is Herbert. That's the only player that, I mean, I know that's the most important player on the team, but like still, I don't believe in the Chargers. And I do at least believe that the Panthers can miraculously pull off the upset here, and it could be the way the Bears won. You know, if the Panthers defense just steps up a little bit, gets a sack or fumble here or there. Hey, don't bet with me then. Don't bet with me. I'm going to say the Panthers cover this. I'm going to say the Panthers actually win by a touchdown and shock the world.
A touchdown. So they're gonna cover the 5 and win by 7.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If this happens tonight, you better go get a freaking lottery ticket. You better go get a lottery ticket.
Y'all better bow down in the chat if it happens.
Oh man. You know what? I'll make a clip just for you because you will go viral. I swear you will go viral if you predict this how it happens. The Panthers game-winning touchdown. Oh my God!
Bryce Young coming out party. Dave Canales just freaking getting drenched with Gatorade on the sideline. I can see it now.
Dr. Van, I'll laugh my arse off if that happens. Oh man, Daniel's saying Panthers need help now. ASAP. Send a prayer for Panthers. Need some help. Hey, I honestly say, I think the Panthers fans have an out. They can go cheer for somebody else. Like,
no, absolutely.
They can. Yeah. I think right now, you can buy 2 tickets for like $3 for this game if you're in Carolina. I swear. Let's go down to the Seahawks taking on the Patriots. Both the teams won in week 1. The Patriots, they beat the Bengals, man, on the road. And like you said, it's the NFL. Anything can happen. And the Patriots showed it last week. Right now, Seattle's -3. They're favorites to win. The over-under is 38.5, so it's going to be a defensive battle here, which I think it might be with both. Mike McDonald and Gerard Mayo leading the way. Some big injuries, though, on the Seattle side. Kenneth Walker is doubtful, and their tackle, George Fant, is doubtful as well. So it's going to be Zach Charbonnet leading the way for them. And let's see if they can keep that run game. I mean, Kenneth Walker is such a big part of this offense for the Seattle Seahawks. That's going to be a massive blow for them. Patriots, Kyle Duggar is questionable, so let's see if he will play. If I get any updates, I'll let you all know. But, damn, this is going to be a toss-up, man.
Do it.
This is going to be a toss-up. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Seattle to win this game. I can't.
Oh, my God, gross.
I know. I want to go with the Patriots, but I think week 1 was a fluke. And if they do it again, maybe I'll have some more respect for them. But I think Zach Charbonnet, he can hold it down for a game. Hopefully that's all it is for Kenneth Walker missing 1 game because, he needs to be on the field for this team to do well. But I put the wrong team on. I got the Seattle Seahawks winning a close game. Give me a field goal.
All right. Well, based on my reaction, you know where I'm going. You already know them. When I can't decide, give me that home team, baby. Give me that home team. No, the Patriots actually did give me reason to have inspiration for this pick of last week. Their defense looked fantastic. And if you have great defense, you can win a football game for sure. If you can hold a team under 13 points, any game is winnable at that point. You don't need Jacoby to go off and go ham. And Ramondre looked fantastic. Jacoby is enough of a game manager to make this win happen. As we saw against the Bengals, he doesn't have to be a stud. He doesn't have to be a star. He just has to not turn the ball over and fumble and then throw interceptions. So that's perfectly possible. They're home. They're gonna have the crowd with them. The Seahawks are banged up. I mean, I love Kenneth Walker as a player, and that sucks that he's out. And to me, that's a huge blow. Charbonnet, as decent as he can be and has looked, he doesn't inspire me to be oh yeah, he's just a game changer. You know what I mean? Charbonnet looks like mid. In my opinion, he's just okay. And I really feel like the Patriots defense is going to step up again because they know that's their identity. And I think they love that. And I think they're going to keep playing to that. I don't think that the Patriots are going to have like too many high score. Like I bet you anything like 75% of the Patriots over-unders this year are going to hit the under just because of their defense
Yeah.
and just because of the way that they play football right now. And because like Mayo is not dumb. He knows he has to. So, I mean, until we see Drake May, maybe the overs will start hitting, just randomly. But I do believe that the unders are going to hit some of this. I'm going to pick the Patriots to go under and win by a field goal, rather.
Yeah. I mean, it could happen. I'm with you on that. I think their defense plays great. I just think this is going to be smash the under on this game. Both sides are going to be playing some good defense in this one. So if you like defense, watch this game. Fantasy-wise, just stay away. Stay away from this game as a whole. We're going to go down to the Saints and the Cowboys here. Saints coming off that blowout win versus the Panthers. Derek Carr looked like, a Pro Bowl quarterback. He was over there saying like, "Oh, I got 3 on you, JC Horn. I got 3 on you." And the Cowboys destroyed the Browns. Like we were talking about the spread last week. Remember the Cowboys were underdogs by 2.5 points? I was like, what in the world? What? So Dallas is now 6-point favorites at home. Over under is 46.5. Marshawn Lattimore is questionable with a hamstring injury, and their guard, I think, is Huaga. I don't freaking know how to pronounce this guy's name. For the Saints side is also questionable. Jake Ferguson on the Cowboys side, saw what happened with him. He's dealing with the same injury basically as what Jordan Love is dealing with, the MCL. He's questionable, he's doubtful. He's not going to play. So that's a big piece for the Cowboys offense. I mean, that's a safety blanket down low for Dak, but I think it doesn't matter. I think the Cowboys will win this game. They looked great. This is what the Cowboys do. And sorry, Pringle, I know you're a Cowboy fan. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is what the Cowboys do, though. They start off great. They play great in the regular season. It's like they have a circle, and it's like you are here. We're here on the circle saying, "Oh, the Cowboys might be a good team this year." That's where we are right now in that circle. It's going to happen. I think the Cowboys destroy the Saints. I think they will cover this 6-point spread. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I think the over will hit 46.5. Give me the over. But I just believe more. And if Lattimore sits, then CeeDee Lamb's going to go off today. He's gonna do great regardless because CeeDee Lamb is just unguardable. But give me the Cowboys in a blowout win. I got the Cowboys winning by like 2 touchdowns.
Damn, you might gotta take my take. But yeah, no, I mean, as much as I want to pick, a fun team to kind of just upset on the road, this is not going to be one of those weeks. I called the Cowboy game almost to a T last week with the 20-point win, and that's just because that's what they do. Like I love when a team does it. I love that McCarthy does that to other teams because it's like, dude, stop with this like, oh, we're gonna just run the ball only because we're up by 10. Like we're just gonna do 3 and out, and like if we get it, cool. If not, then whatever. Like I don't know. I hate that shit. That's boring. Like I love the fact that they'll just keep throwing, they'll keep playing football. And the Cowboys are just relentless. And whenever they're gonna beat a team, they are going to do it in a fashion that is going to be like, okay, well, we're better than you. And it's not just like we're better than you. We're obviously better than you. You know what I mean? And so the Cowboys games are going to be awesome this year once we get to better opponents. You know what I mean? Like not to say the Browns. I mean, the Browns are fine. I just think week 1, it was not really because I knew Deshaun Watson against that defense was going to be a problem. But that's going to be the similar situation here. Carr did look great. I mean, he played the Panthers at home. He's playing the Cowboys on the road this time. Olave, that's the one thing on the Saints that I cannot figure out. Like, how come Carr can't get on the same page with Olave? I don't understand. Like, I truly don't. Olave has all the talent in the world to be a number 1, and it's like Carr just can't figure it out with this kid. And I don't know. They need to start doing the Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford breakfast bullshit or something, because like that's like their key to success in this game. Like the only way the Saints have a remotely sniffing chance of seeing the Cowboys to the end of this game is if Olave goes for $150 and 2, and I just don't see that happening. And I think the Cowboys, like you said, it's gonna be a 2-score game, almost like maybe even by halftime. So I think this is gonna be ugly again. I think the Cowboys take care of business again. And man, I didn't look at our schedule. I hope we play them. I'm sure we do.
I think y'all play them every year. You seem like you play them.
Sure. So. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So like, I can't wait for the bigger games with the Cowboys because it should be fun.
Did you see what Trayvon Diggs said about Olave?
No.
So the guy interviewing him was like, "So what do you think about Olave?" He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, you know, you're going to be matched up. He goes, he's good player.
Well, because it's just because he hasn't really done anything like that noteworthy. Which I mean, he has very good name recognition, but like it's because his rookie year he popped off kind of, but then that's it. Like that's kind of just been it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I love Olave. I think Olave is a great player in this league, and I'm with you. He could be a number one. He should be the number one there, you know. But we'll see. This is a good match. It's a big matchup for him with Diggs and Olave, so that's gonna be fun to watch. But I think Cowboys get it done. Pringle, you're gonna be fine today. You got it. You're gonna be sitting good. This game though, God, Giants fans. I love you, Giants fans. You know, we love the Yankees. I love you. I love you all. Giants on the road to the Commanders. Right now, the Commanders are favorites 1.5. Over under is 43.5. Daniel Jones is just god awful. He should not be in this league anymore. He probably won't be after this game. If they lose this game, and he plays them well, he does great against the Commanders. So let's see if it happens again. The Commanders, they got beat up. Jaden Daniels, though, he looks like he can be a guy. Jaden Daniels looks like he can be the real. I mean, I was calling him Lamar Jackson Jr. last week because the way he was moving, he needs to learn how to slide because he's over there diving head first. But man, he can move. He was making some plays with his legs. Had 2 touchdowns rushing last week. But man, Giants, you disappointed me, man. I picked you to beat the Vikings, and it was ugly. It was ugly. The Commanders got blown out by the Bucs. Their defense is atrocious. Washington's defense, and now they have Emmanuel Forbes out, which a lot of Commanders fans, they think that's a good thing. So, but he was a first-round talent for them a couple of drafts ago. Cleveland Farrell for the Commanders also questionable. He had a sack last week. God, I don't know what to do with this one, man. I picked both of these teams to win last week, and they both got destroyed. I'm gonna go with it one more time, man. I'm gonna go with the Giants. All right, because like I said, they have the history of playing this Commanders team well. So Daniel Jones, this is your audition here to save your job for the rest of the way. Give me the Giants on the road. Man, it's gonna be ugly. I got the overhitting because both the defenses stink. So give me the Giants winning.
Yeah. All right. Well, back to disagreement, baby. I mean, I don't think this one's
a hard one.
I don't think this one's much of a shocker to anyone watching. I'm sure that most people probably think that Washington's going to win. Obviously, they're favored. But yeah, Jaden Daniels did inspire me enough to pick them this week, especially against opponents that are bottom 5 in the league. I think Jaden Daniels should be able to handle and take care of business, especially against it. Like, it'd be one thing if the Giants were just like terrible on offense, but then like super good on defense. Maybe I would pick them. But their defense didn't look like anything to write home about either. So I think that the Commanders will take care of business today. I do like how they're coached now. I mean, they didn't look like super ready just yet, but they also like the Commanders did not look terrible. Like for what I thought they might look like, they actually looked better than I expected. And so I'll give them props. Like the Bucs just kind of took care of business last week, and the Baker played out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, he did.
So he did. So like I'll take the Commanders this week, especially at home. It's their first home game of the year. And they just need a little momentum swing, and I think that that'll get in Daniel Jones' head because he's all up in his head at this point. Like he hears the noise, he knows what's being said about him. He hears like his own. I saw a little clip of, like his own fans just ripping him alive, dude. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this guy just needs to get out of Dodge. So yeah, let me get the Commanders to take care of business today, and I'll say they win by a touchdown.
Yeah, he was leaving the stadium, and fans were just waiting outside of his car, just boo, boo, suck. They were burning his jerseys, and because the Giants, they don't have like a tailgate area; it's just a big parking lot. So they're all in the parking lot, just burning his jerseys in front of the kids, man. Yeah. In front of the kids, don't do that, parents. Come on, do better. I hate when people burn jerseys. You spent a lot of money on that jersey. You gonna burn it? Come on, man. Just hang it up. Just put it in the closet. Don't burn it. Yeah. We got the Bucs on the road to the Lions. A little, rematch from last year in the playoffs. Baker balled out. Bucs offense. I mean, this is what the Bucs do to me. Can I? Everything. I swear. I got to get off the boat, man. The Bucs are a good team. I got to get off the boat. They're a good team, man. And Baker, shout out to him because, God, it's awesome when you see a guy revive his career, and he's been doing that with Tampa Bay, and he's balling, dude. He's balling. So hats off to him. The Lions. Every time I pick them to lose, they win. They're a great team. They're going to win our division now. If Love might miss till week 4, so if we start 0-4, it's going to be tough. But talking about this game, Detroit is a favorite 7.5, which is a little high for a Bucs team coming in. Over under is 51.5. If I'm not mistaken, that's the highest on the slate. So a lot of offense, good game environment for some fantasy implementations here. We have a couple of injuries. Godeke is out. Cansey is out for the Bucs, so that's 2 big injuries for them. Penei Sewell is questionable. That's a big piece of the offensive line for the Lions. Man, I got the Lions winning this game. Jameson Williams, I think his coming out party was last week, man. The kid looks like he is finally going to be involved in that offense. And, a guy like me who picked him in like the 10th round of a 14-man league is just jumping up for joy. I need some kind of joy with my offense or my fantasy team. But I think Jameson Williams, he was questionable, but they already ruled him playing in this game. So this gonna be a fun game to watch, man. Mike Evans, he just keeps doing it, Knipe.
Yep.
Mike Evans just keeps doing it.
He's awesome, man. I love that guy.
It's something. This guy doesn't get talked about ever. When you say top 5 wide receivers in the league, you never say Mike Evans. But, dude, consistency for him. It doesn't matter who's throwing him the football. Jameson Winston, Tom Brady, of course. Now you got Baker Mayfield. I'm sure there's other ones that off the top of my head I don't remember. But, dude, Mike Evans, first ballot Hall of Famer in my opinion. Bucky Irving, their rookie running back, he looks like he's going to be a nice piece to that backfield with White, Godwin there. They got offense weapons all over the place. This is going to be a fun game. I do think the Bucs will cover, but I got the Lions winning at home.
All righty. Man, dude, this is an awesome game. Like, this is what I want to see. Like, this should be a primetime game in my opinion. Like, the Lions and the Bucs fans, like, y'all got robbed a little bit this week. I'm sorry for the schedule makers, but they clearly were overlooking this one. This one should not be a noon game. Man, whew. In honor of our boy Bucks Race Bolton here, I'm gonna have to go with the Bucks in this
Whoa.
week. I think that because of the revenge factor, because of the bad taste in the mouth from the Bucks, I think that they're more than able and capable to take this road win. It'd be one thing if I thought they were just overmatched in any way, shape, or form, but they clearly weren't. Like, even in the playoffs, it was not a bad game. I think this is going to end on a Tampa Bay Buccaneers game-winning field goal. And I think at the buzzer, the Bucs take the dub. So let me get those boys to cover. I think it's gonna be an awesome game. I think that this will be like a 30-27 type of finish. I think the over could very well hit. I mean, I think the over hits. Hit. Yeah, but that spread, like, y'all bet against that spread. Like, the Lions should not win by 8. They could.
Still the same spread.
That's just wild to me. That's 7.5 against the Bucs. Like, damn, dude, that's like just disrespectful.
Yeah, it's still
almost.
7.5.
Yeah, that to me is almost like that. I mean, is it like? See, what does Vegas know? You know what I mean? Like how? Like why? Why do you have it at 7.5 and we're at like what 4.5, 3.5, 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
Like, what? But yeah, no, I think the Bucs win by a field goal, and I think it's gonna be at the buzzer.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Dr. Van. Everyone, smash that like button. Appreciate you all hanging out. This is game of the week for me. Well, not yet. It's up there, but we got one more game down the line that could be the game of the week. Could be. All right, we have reached the part of the show where we have to talk about my Green Bay Packers. And I promise I didn't put this off for last. I'm just going down to ESPN.com. I promise. I didn't. Listen, Packers are at home here versus the Colts and Seth, that fan that sings. I hate that guy. We have the Colts on the road in Green Bay in the frozen tundra. Not frozen yet. Still a little chilly, but not cold yet. Man, over-under is 40.5. Josh Downs questionable to play for the Colts. DeForest Buckner is questionable. If those two miss, I feel better about this game? Because you see Jordan Love with a little sad face right there, doubtful. Hold on. Let me say this about Matt LaFleur. I get it. I understand. He's over here saying, "Oh, he's day to day. He's day to day. Yeah, he's looking good. He's looking good every single day." And then Ian Rappaport comes out. He's going to miss several weeks. What?
Yeah,
Matt?
yeah, right.
Matt LaFleur. I get it. You want to keep the fans like on their toes. You want to get the fans in the seats, right? But man, how are you going to sit there and lie to us like that?
Mm-hmm.
The update is, though, that Jordan Love could be back week 4, which please, God, we need him. But we got Malik Willis for now. Sean Clifford's the backup. Tannehill, I guess we reached out to him. Still no deal in place. I do think if Willis struggles in this game, sign Tannehill. I think that's what's going to happen. But, man, the Colts look good. Richardson had one of that throw might be one of the best throws all year. When he slipped, stood in the pocket, and fired a 60-yard pass to Alec Pierce for a touchdown. I was sitting there like, holy crap, that was an awesome throw. So Richardson, he can move in the pocket. He can sling it. The guy, he's way better than Jamarcus Russell, but Russell had that cannon. He had that arm.
Mm-hmm.
Richardson, man, who he reminds me of? Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm. Just faster. He's like faster and almost more agile than Lamar Jackson, and has the size of Cam Newton. He's an absolute freak.
Yeah, dude. And man, this is gonna be a tough game for the Packers. Jonathan Taylor, you saw what Saquon did to us. Taylor might have the same exact outcome because, I mean, you saw. I'll throw my bet of the week up at the end of the show, but you already saw what I did. That being said, this is my upset of the week. Upset of the week. Upset of the week. Upset of the week. I got the Packers. They can't lose week 1 at home. They can't lose week 1 at home. I think Malik Willis is going to come out here and just prove the doubters wrong, man.
Oh,
Malik Willis, they had a stat up there, Knipe. I don't know if you saw this or not. He has a career passer rating of 39. If you spike the ball every single time, your career passer rating would be 39.5. Okay, so that's not what you want in a quarterback. But you know what? I trust Matt LaFleur. I think this relies on Josh Jacobs. He is going to eat. Josh Jacobs, he should see 30 carries. They might need to give this guy oxygen on the sideline, how much they're going to have to run with this man. And I don't care if they stack the box. I don't care if they blitz every single time. Josh Jacobs is going to show them why they signed him this year. All right? Packers win. They're not losing week 1 or week 2, first game at home. They're not doing it. If this was in Indianapolis, yeah, I'll take the Colts, but not with the Green Bay faithful in the stand screaming, "Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Go, Pack, go!" Give me the Packers winning. All
righty. Well, who's shocked? I love it, though. I love the pick. There you go, Max. Not a boy. Way to get your feelings out there. I will say, though, let's get a little fun going in the chat. Over or under 250 combined rushing yards for the fucking Colts today? Because I just feel like, man, 160 and maybe even 100 for Anthony Richardson, like that's well within the range of possibilities here. I'm going to go ahead and just get the obvious out of the way. The Colts are winning this game, bro. Calm down. Malik Willis is absolute dog shit. That guy is
come on.
Like, what are we doing? Like, I could go play out there and just hand the ball off to Jacobs 45 times. Like, my God. Let's stop being silly. I understand you want your team to win. I get it. I understand it. You got to get that fandom going. But yeah, the Colts are going to take care of business. I mean, I understand they have some key injuries like Downs and Buckner. Those are both big names. But it's not going to matter. Like you could throw the third stringers against Willis, and that boy going to struggle. So let's get the obvious out of the way, and let's let them know that we are going to go with the Colts, and we bleed blue.
Oh, that was perfect. Good job. We got a couple of Packers upsets in the chat. We got my boy Mr. King saying "Go Packers" with the upset. That's what I'm talking about right there. Sorry, Kyle. Your Colts are going to lose, man. Sorry. Yeah, Mark Speed, I picked the Colts. Yeah, Dr. Van said, "Sing it, can I sing it?" Yeah. All right, let's go down to the 4 o'clock game. We had a lot of 1 o'clocks this week. Only 3 4 o'clocks today. Talking about game of the week. This could be one of them.
Yeah.
This could be one of them right here. The Cardinals, they showed us, you know, I was talking about they're going to cover that spread. They did by a half a point. I was like, let's go. But man, the Cardinals look like they can play. They should have won the game. They were up, what, 17-3 to the Bills early, and they let them, the Bills are who we thought they were, and they let them off the hook. Rest in peace of Dennis Green, man. But the Rams, they were getting shell-shocked first half versus the Lions. They were getting shut out, and then they came back and made it a game. Matthew Stafford just cannot beat the Lions for some reason. He can't get some revenge on them. But this game is going to be awesome. It's a toss-up. Vegas doesn't even know who's going to win this game, man.
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, 47.5 is the over-under, so some points are going to be on the board. Only one key injury for the Cardinals, the rookie corner Max Melton. Great first name, by the way. He's questionable. So I do think he's going to play, though. But Puka Nacua, I should have put his name up there. I forgot to put his name. But Puka Nacua, he's out for the next 4 weeks at least. He's on the IR.
So they made it sound like he could miss like 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks type shit.
Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. And that's another name you don't want to see go down week 1, you know.
Yeah.
But I think Cooper Kupp is gonna flat out destroy this team, man. That's foreshadowing for the later part of the show. You already know what I'm talking about. But I think Cooper Kupp, you got to smash his receiving yards over. I think he's gonna destroy it. Man, both these teams are 0-1. Can they afford to go 0-2? I like both these teams on paper, but I'm gonna go with the Rams winning at or on the road here. I just trust the Rams more than I do the Cardinals at this point. I like the Cardinals a lot. I like what they're building over there. That offense can move it, but the Rams, they just have that. They already have the pedigree that Matthew Stafford. I trust him more than I do with Kyler Murray. So for that being said, give me the Rams on the road here.
All right. Well, all right. I want to get a few elephants out of the room real quick. One big one, actually.
Okay.
What the hell? What the fuck?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
To Marvin Harrison, goddamn Jr. Are we serious right now? Like, I read something that he had like one of the slower route times in the league, like as far as speed and everything. I was like, huh? Like that's not the same kid that I saw at freaking why did I just forget the name of the college? Whatever, the Buckeyes. And dude, Ohio State. Yeah, like, dude, what is going on here? I don't understand. Like, this guy should be a generational talent. I know it's 1 week, but my God, 4 fucking yards. 4?
Hold on.
That's backup tight end. That's backup tight end numbers. Go ahead.
Let me have his back for 1 second because Kyler Murray had him wide open. He was wide open for a touchdown. He missed him. Like Murray didn't even look his way. So like, I'll give him he should have had that touchdown. Even Murray said so. So like, that's one thing I will say.
Okay. Well, even so, just highly discouraging regardless, just because like, man, like, I mean, top 5 pick. Everyone has expectations for him, you know what I mean? And I get he's a rookie. He just fell flat on his face in week 1. But, like, dude, man, like, what? That was just so mind-blowing because I expected Marvin Harrison just to come out and, like, light the league on fire out of the gate, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I like Sean McVay a lot. I hate saying it because, like, these are obviously 2 teams I don't enjoy, you know, seeing the success of because, you know. But, I mean, the Rams, I respect them because, they're very well coached. They have a good, solid quarterback. Their scheme is really nice. Sean McVay knows what the hell he's doing, and I'm going to take them on the road as well. I want to disagree with you, and I cannot believe that their Rams aren't even favored by a little bit.
Yeah,
because I feel like they're favored. I feel like they should be favored by a field goal. But to me, guys, this one's almost an obvious bet that the Rams are going to win because the Rams just historically are pretty good against the Cardinals. Like we're always good against the Rams. The Rams are always good against the Cardinals. The Seahawks are always good against us. Like that's just how it goes in our division. And the Rams will take care of business today. Like they know how to contain Kyler. It will be high. It will not high scoring, but it will be higher scoring. And yeah, I would take the Rams and the over because the Cardinals will probably get to that over on the points once it's like more third quarter type trying to catch up type shit. Because they do have the offensive weapons to do it. Like McBride is scary. Marvin Harrison Jr. should be scary. Dortch is kind of coming into his own. Michael Wilson is actually like decent. He just doesn't get enough recognition. But yeah, I think this could be a really fun game to watch. Like this one, along with the Bucs game, like those are the 2 most interesting games of the day so far to me.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, the Cardinals are up and coming, man. They could be a sneaky team for that last place wild card. I don't think they're going to win the division by any means, but I think they can make a run for that wild. Yeah, of course. You already know he's going to win the division. But yeah, I like the Cardinals team on paper. I like both these teams on paper. It's going to be a fun one. This one, though, might not be. Dr. Van, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Steelers on the road to the Broncos. Pittsburgh is only favorites by 2.5. And guess what? Russell Wilson, he's questionable. Looks like he's not going to get some revenge. Looks like Mike Tomlin is going to hold him out and start Justin Fields once again. Man, how are you going to do that to the guy? How are you going to do that to him? Steelers, it was a sloppy game, but man, their defense carried them week 1. TJ Watt is a flat-out beast. The guy, he had 2 penalties against him when he wrecked the game, but they called a flag on the field. I think it was like a sack fumble that he had. And TJ Watt is he's out of this world, dude. He is out of this. Like, I was sitting there asking, let me ask you too. Let me ask the chat. Do you think he's better? I know it's 2 different positions, but do you think he's better than JJ Watt? Do you think he's better than his brother?
Yes. I think it's hard to even pause, but like, I don't really pause. I think it's like, dude, TJ is just a game wrecker regardless.
Like, he is a flat-out beast, man. Like, it sucks for Bo Nix has had some tough matchups already. You had to go against Seattle's secondary. You know, that was a tough matchup. Now you're going to go against the Steelers' defense back-to-back weeks? Oh, I mean, my God, dude. Good luck. That being said, I got Pittsburgh winning. This is going to be a low-scoring game. The over-under is 36.5. I do think it's going to be a tough matchup for George Pickens because, you know, you got Surtain on him, and Surtain's just a flat-out lockdown beast. The way they're going to win this game tonight is Najee Harris, and can they get Jaylen Warren involved? He only had 2 carries last week. I know he's dealing with a hamstring, but he's healthy, and, well, that's what they say, he's healthy. Najee Harris, they're going to have to rely on this run game with Surtain out there guarding Pickens, so I got the Steelers winning. I do think they're going to cover that 2.5. They'll probably win by like 4 points, or it's going to be a close game because how low scoring it is, in my opinion. I just think it's going to be a tough matchup for Bo Nix, man. The offense for the Broncos, they looked a little shaky in week 1, to say the least. I'm sorry, Dr. Van, but I got to go with the Steelers.
Sorry, Dr. Van, I got you, bro. You already know.
No.
Connive with the takes. Connive with them hot takes. Let me get Sean Payton a W at home for the first home game of the year. I mean, the Steelers still, even though they won last week, they still did not inspire me to pick them against, really anybody, honestly. Because what they got, it was wasn't the final 16-10 or something lame as hell. The Fields is not going to be a game changer, game wrecker. I mean, yeah, he can rush and he could potentially do that too, but I don't know. I just the home team here, the two teams that are not really up to snuff as far as being that next level of talent. I think the Broncos can handle business today. I think they can, and I think they will. I know that the Pittsburgh defense is going to be tough, but Sean Payton is also. I mean, as much as crap as we give him, he was given. I mean, he walked into Russell Wilson at the worst point of Russell Wilson's career, and then he had to draft in a horrible draft position a new franchise quarterback. Because to me, drafting middle or round or not round, but a pick anywhere from 10 to 15 to get your franchise QB, I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah. I would not. If you were telling me as a GM, I would not want to do that. So I mean, Sean Payton, he's kind of been in my opinion, been given the just a somewhat shitty luck of the draw here because I'm sure he petitioned to trade picks to get a better QB prospect, but I think he'll still get it done today with what he has, and I think he'll figure it out. It might not look pretty, it might be ugly, but I think that the Broncos take care of business today.
French saying, check your text.
I know, well, French. I'm on my phone. I'm filming on my phone. I've seen them. I can't check them during the middle of the show, but I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, I will say this though: you can find some quarterbacks. Though I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he was drafted 24. Dak Prescott, 4th round. You can find some guys now.
No, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying if you had the preference as a GM and as a head coach, I mean, you're going to definitely want a top 5 pick to be your franchise quarterback. That's just how it is. And yeah. I'm sure he wanted to trade up for a Drake May. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
he probably just got told no. We don't have the resources. We're getting fucked by Russell Wilson still, so we're kind of screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they kind of just were in that boat of let's just stay where we're at and just try and get the best guy possible. Which I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, Brock Purdy Mr.
Oh,
Irrelevant.
yeah, thanks. I'm aware. I know you can strike gold late. I am aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying it's
So
impossible. It's just not ideal. You know what I mean?
yeah. Let's go to the Bengals and the Chiefs. Could be the game of the week. Could be. Could be. I mean, week one. This is what the Bengals. You called it also last week. You said the Bengals start slow, and you wanted to pick the Patriots to upset them.
Yeah, and
You
I
didn't.
should have. I know I
You
should
almost
have.
did. You
I
almost
know.
did. And you would have been a genius. Everybody would have been over here putting all your bets in because how smart you are, which they should. But the Bengals on the road to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 6-point favorites. Over unders 48.5. Some big names, both sides. T. Higgins doubtful once again with the hamstring. Sorry, French. T. Higgins might not
I'm
ever.
listening. I'll be right back in like 2 seconds.
You're good. T. Higgins might not even see the field, man. So, French, you need a trade? I got receivers for days. Hollywood Brown on the Arizona or on the Chiefs side, IR, done for the rest of the year. The guy didn't even play a snap for the Chiefs. I'm sorry, my boy Ken in the house, who's a Chiefs fan. Xavier Worthy time. Oh, I thought you had T. Higgins. My fault. But Chiefs are favorite at home. Man, I know Joe Burrow plays well against the Chiefs. Jamar Chase, they already said they're not talking anymore during the season. They're saying, nope, no more contract negotiations. You messed up. But I think Jamar Chase is going to kill it this year now. I think now that he has something to prove, he's going to ball out. Man, I can't take the Bengals here. I know Joe Burrow plays them well, but I got to go with the Chiefs. The fact that they lost to the Patriots, that offense looks like a complete different team, especially without Joe Mixon, by the way. That was another key piece that's gone from that team. I mean, you saw what Mixon did with the Houston. Guy had 30 carries for 150 yards. They sure could have used them, but I got the Chiefs win. Oh, I put the wrong team. I got the Chiefs winning here at home, and I do think they're going to cover. I think they're going to win by a touchdown.
Oh man, oh buddy. God, I want to pick the Bengals, man. I do. I would just if the Bengals were at home, I would have more fun with it. But man, like you just at some point you know the inevitable. You know it's going to happen. The Chiefs are going to take care of business. It should be a really fun game. That spread is difficult. I mean, we all know the Chiefs can mollywop anybody if they truly are clicking on every facet. Which I mean, they very well could. The Bengals defense did look like it was still capable, even though they were playing Jacoby Brissett. Like they still looked like they were competent enough to keep a game close, like especially even against the Chiefs. But Chiefs are at home, man. That crowd is so just next level at Arrowhead. And you got to show respect to the champs. I mean, as much as I hate, because obviously they kicked our ass twice, in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Not kicked our ass, but beat us. Fucking annoying. Yeah, I guess gotta respect them. I still Chiefs are awesome to watch. Chiefs are great for football. And yeah, they should take care of business today. So let's get the Chiefs by a touchdown.
Let me ask you this though: over under 7 times they showed Taylor Swift today. Over under.
I mean, dude, you know how I feel about that situation. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
As long as you show me the football plays, like talk about whatever girl you want to in the stands. I don't care. Just don't miss if you miss a highlight to show her, then we're gonna have some problems. You know what I'm saying? But show me the football. Talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'm gonna listen to Scott Hansen pretty much regardless anyway, unless it's a primetime game. So yeah, I'll say under, I guess, but I mean, who cares?
French, I think that because Chase is on my team? No, I think that because I watch football. I don't know how pissed off Chase was. It's just like with Aaron Judge. With Judge and the Yankees couldn't get a contract, and then he played and broke the freaking record and scored 62 home runs. Okay? That's the same thing. Long-time subscriber. I missed the Cowboys and Saints prediction. I would like the score predictions from 2 smart, respected NFL fans, please and thank you. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah, rewind.
You can rewind it. We got to get 2 more games under the belt. Come on, you already know the freaking Cowboys are going to win. Come on. We got the Sunday night game before we touch on the Monday night and give you all the best DraftKings plays of the week. The Bears on the road to the Texans. This is going to be a fun game. Houston 6.5-point favorites. Over unders 45.5. Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen both questionable for the Bears. I don't think Rome's going to play. I think Allen will play, in my opinion. But man, the Texans it was a shootout with the Colts last week. They came, like I said, bro. Joe Mixon changes this whole offense around. That was one thing about I know Singletary had a good year last year with them, but Joe Mixon's in another level. They can now rely on the run game and not put it all in CJ Stroud. So I like Joe Mixon a lot, man, in this offense. Bears, they won because of their defense. Let's just call it how it is, man. The Caleb Williams had 93 passing yards. The guy was like it's a group project, and he didn't do anything, and they got an A+. That's what happened. I mean, literally, he didn't do anything.
Yeah,
so I got the Texans winning at home. I took the Bears in week 1, but I think the Texans are just a great team, and I think they're going to take care of business, especially first primetime game for Caleb Williams. I don't think he's going to play his best ball here. So give me CJ Stroud and the Texans to win and cover that spread. They're going to win by, I'll say 10 points.
Yeah, Caleb is going to be learning a lot over the next, couple weeks here. This is where it starts, too. So, primetime rookie, you have all this hype, number 1 pick. I mean, what more stakes do you want, and against the playoff team at that. And, man, the Texans, they looked great. I think that they're going to be just fine offensively, defensively. The only way this game stays fun for us to watch in primetime is if the Bears defense, this is what's annoying is to me is like, if this game is fun to watch, that means the Bears defense is doing its job and holding the Texans down a little bit. And then it's going to be boring because it's going to be a fucking field goal fest. And I want to see some damn touchdowns. I want to see Caleb Williams grow a little bit here. I want to see him give me a freaking 40-yard touchdown to DJ Moore. Not one that's a screen, not one that's a handoff. You know what I mean? I want to see an actual play, like a deep slant, or just something cool. Like, show me something here, Caleb. It's prime time, and we want to have some fun. We want to watch some fun football. That's what we're fans of.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Like, it's just not. D'Amico Ryans is the man. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
And he's a great coach, and he's going to have the Texans right where they need to be. CJ Stroud is a baller. The Texans' offensive weapons, like, dude, this is a team to watch for serious contention to dethrone the Chiefs. I mean, I know the Chiefs are next level, but in the AFC, like, there's plenty of teams that have a chance. But to me, the Ravens and the Texans right now are the two teams that at least have a chance to dethrone the Chiefs in the AFC. And I think the Texans will prove that they're just going to dominate again. I think D'Amico Ryans will have this team squared away, and I think that this is going to be a boring game real quick, to be honest with you. I think I could see like 30-6. You know what I mean? Like, this, like, no touchdowns for Caleb. It's going to be just another suck fest. And yeah, I don't believe. I think Texans by 20.
Okay. Dang. I mean, hey, you called the Cowboys game, so I mean, I don't want that to happen because Sunday night football. We want some fun game, a fun game. But touching real quick on the Monday night, just real quick before we go into DraftKings, Falcons on the road to the Eagles. I'll be calling this game tomorrow. Falcons, man, I forgot to put the records on for these two teams, but they're 0-1. They lost week 1 to the Steelers. Eagles beat my Packers. They're 1-0. And man, AJ Brown questionable is a big injury that we had to monitor here. But Eagles right now are 6-point favorites at home. 47.5 is the over/under. Man, the Falcons got a tough game coming off that loss to the Steelers. I think the Eagles will win, even if AJ Brown's out. I think we saw what Barkley can do. This is going to be a fun running back game. Bijan Robinson versus Barkley. I think both running backs are phenomenal. Give me the Eagles here, winning at home. Just Kirk Cousins. I don't know maybe that Achilles is still, maybe he's not feeling all the way confident yet, but he played trash. I mean, Kirk Cousins looked awful in week 1. So give me the Eagles. I just trust them more, especially at home here.
All right. I'm going to sound like a salty little guy here after what happened last year, but Kirk Cousins in primetime, even though he beat me in primetime last year, beat us in primetime. Which, we wanted to let him have a little confidence. That's all. But yeah, no, I think Kirk Cousins in primetime, gross, fucking gross. And you know what's sad is, like, Kirk Cousins has all the weapons right now to be plenty successful. And honestly, I'm just going to start it now. I want to see Michael fucking Penix. I love Michael Penix. I don't even give a shit. I don't care that Kirk Cousins got all this money. I don't care what happens or how it happens. I want to see Michael Penix play football because I like that kid a lot, and I'm just going to keep rooting for him. And so I think that it only makes sense that the Falcons fall on their face again, just because Kirk Cousins prime time doesn't look right, didn't look right even remotely week one. Even though I know
Yeah.
Steelers defense is nothing to play with, but yeah, I don't see them taking a road victory here in prime time against the Eagles like offense that at least like look pretty damn stout. And again, like you said, AJ Brown being out, I mean, or not out, but questionable. Like even if he is out, I still take the Eagles by a touchdown. I really do. So yeah, let's get the Eagles at home.
Yeah. My boy Jonathan saying money line. Money line Falcons. Thank me later. My guy Knife, let's go. We want Penix.
Hell yeah, I do. Dude, Penix is awesome. I really think that he's going to be a good quarterback in this league.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to the DraftKings part of the show. This is where we give you the best fantasy plays of the day, baby. You know how it is. We're trying to win y'all some money. That's all we're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to start with the quarterbacks here. And you know my thing. I should have played him week one, man. And I almost did, but
you said he was a good alternative.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield. The guy broke the slate last week. He was only 5,600 and scored almost 30 fantasy points. But man, 5,900 still cheap for Baker, especially in this game environment with the Lions and the Bucks here. You know the over under is 51.5. You want to have some piece in that pie. So give me Baker Mayfield as one of the best plays on the slate, in my opinion, especially at that price tag at 5,900.
All right, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I did just a fun pick, just to mess with our boy Max here. A little Max coverage, a little mess with. I picked Justin Fields just because I gave him all the shit in the world last week for picking Justin Fields.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hope, even though I think the Broncos win, I'm just gonna hope that my boy Fields here gets me 2 rushing TDs out of nowhere, and that hopefully that's like not enough to win that game because I still think both teams get under 20 points. I'm gonna say like I think I want to say 19-16 Broncos win, but like either way. Yeah, I'm gonna say Justin Fields. He costs next to nothing, and I wanted to have a little more fun with the rest of my lineup this week, so I picked Fields just because the dual threat QBs are fun to pick. It's nice, it's fun to root for a rushing quarterback. So I'm gonna say that he gets at least 1 rushing TD, and maybe he'll pull off 1 big play to Pickens, and I don't know, maybe make the day worth it as far as fantasy goes.
So he had almost 12 points last week at 5K. So yeah, I mean he can definitely get you like 16, 17 points and be good with your rest of your lineup. For running backs, and by the way, speaking of running backs, I just got an update with McCaffrey. They're saying he might be out 6 weeks or more. So that's
damn, dude.
Yeah, that sucks. That's good for you for fantasy wise.
But yeah, I know, but that's my team. I mean, we should be fine because dude, we went from. I mean, we've always besides when we didn't have McCaffrey, we were still winning football games like with these backup guys, just like Mason is like undrafted dudes.
Yeah. So speaking of the reason why I played this guy is because of that just reason. Where's he at? There he is. Jordan Mason at 5,200. I mean, cheap. You already know, injury related. This is why I'm playing him, but he had 28 carries week 1. I mean, they trust the guy. He had 5.3 yards per carry, and he put up 147 yards. So at 5.2, he's probably going to be one of the most high-owned players on the slate. So if you want to pivot, I don't mind that. But if he goes off and you don't have him, then you're going to be in deep trouble. My next one is J.K. Dobbins at around the same price range at 5.4. A lot of good value in running backs this week in DraftKings. You can get some cheap guys and then, build your lineup the rest of the way. But
plus, real quick. They said that they were going to ride the hot hand out there in Charger country. And I think he had 10 carries for like 100 something.
Yep, 10 carries for 135.
Yeah, so I mean, he's going to get more than 10 carries today. And even though I called the upset for the Panthers, we obviously probably know it's not going to happen, but whatever. Dobbins should be a great pick today.
Yeah, and I know Gus Edwards will probably still get that goal line carries, but
I don't know. Based off last week, if they truly are riding the hot hand, you know what I mean? Like Dobbins he ain't small. Dobbins ain't no bitch. Like Dobbins he's big. Like he's not a small body back.
Najee Harris is another good one. I didn't play him though, so my last one I played in my flex, I went up, and I went with Kyren Williams. I mean, I just really like his matchup this week. 6.8K. He usually torches the Cardinals, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, like I guess they don't show it, but in his career he's torched the Cardinals. So I like him. I like him getting a touchdown today as well for an anytime touchdown if you are betting. But Kyrie Williams was my spin up for running back at 6.8K.
Right on. Can you? I know I had Dobbins also. I'm trying to remember who my other running backs were. Who else did I have?
Bring it up real quick. You had Brian Robinson.
There we go. Yeah. Brian Robinson, just because I think the Commanders are going to win. I think that the comment that the coaches made about Jaden Daniels not rushing as much lends me to believe that Brian Robinson is going to get more usage today. And Eckler is fucking useless. I don't know even know why they signed him, to be honest with you. Robinson is the better back in that backfield because of, just at this point, talent, which is weird to say because Eckler used to be amazing, but he's just old and washed now.
Yeah.
But Robinson should get the lion's share of the work. Robinson should get all the goal line work. I don't think that they're going to try and rush in Jaden Daniels too often. Like, maybe not after a week where he just rushed in two. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably going to try and be like reel it back a little bit and almost like overcorrect, which I think that leads to opportunities for Brian Robinson Jr. And if the game script goes the way I think it will, then it should lend to running the ball, obviously, if the Commanders are winning handily. So, B-Rob, I like the pick this week. And I picked him because I didn't want to pick Mason just because of like you said, the high owned stuff. Like, even I think Mason will have a plenty good day. I just wanted to go against the grain and be a little bit different, even though I think Mason could, like you said, if he hits and you don't have him at 5,200, then that's going to really fucking hurt your chances of winning. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just willing to risk it this week. And then who was my flex? I had a running back in the
right
flex.
Here, Pacheco.
Yeah. So Pacheco, I think the Chiefs will take care of business today. I think the fact that Burrow is not going to be, just like clicking yet, because again, he takes about 3 weeks to get going. They're probably going to start out 0-3, and it wouldn't shock me whatsoever if that happened, and then they'll come back and be fine again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Bengals to me are just not ready to compete at that level yet, especially with the Chiefs. And Pacheco to me is just going to eat today. So I'm gonna.
Does that scare you right there? 15 carries, 45 yards, only three yards per carry, or is that just a great matchup with the Ravens defense?
Yeah, no, I think it's week one, and it's also like it is the Ravens defense. Ravens defense is it's historically great against the run, and so that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I don't think that shocks me at all.
Yeah. Receivers, I spent low on the running backs for a reason, man. I like the receivers a lot this week, and I started with Cooper Kupp at 7.6K. This guy should just flat out eat. He had 14 catches, 21 targets in week 21 targets. Yeah. Like, come on now. Like, and now Puka's going to miss. This guy might hit 20 targets again. So I think he might be a really popular play this week as well. But, dude, I love the matchup, and I think he's going to ball out. Like, I might make a parlay just today for him. Like, over on the yards, touchdown, over on the catches. Like, he's going to go crazy. Yeah. And then I went down to I played Baker. I wanted to get Evans in there as well, but I had to settle for Chris Godwin at 6K flat. Same thing, man. I mean, Baker is going to sling it today. That you want to be in that game with the Lions and the Bucks. So I got Godwin at 6,000. He's one of the most underrated receivers in the league, in my opinion. I like Godwin a lot, and he seems like a safety net for Baker as well when Mike Evans is the big play downfield. And then for my last receiver, I went with Jameson Williams at 5.3K. Just on the flip side, I just wanted someone on the Lions, in that same game. And I know he's still boomer bust. I get it. He's a big play guy. He got 5 catches for 9 targets last week, but he could goose egg today. It wouldn't shock me if he didn't do well, but at 5.3K.
Nah, dude, I think you're fine. I think he's proven that he's ready. So I think you're good.
Yeah. So that's I know he went up almost $900 in salary from last week, but this guy, like I said, he's a big play dude, and he can really show out. He had 27 fantasy points in week 1. So that's my 3 receivers right there.
There we go. All right. So I know I had Cooper Kupp as well, so we don't have to cover that. That's just an obvious one. Like, we all play fantasy football, I'm guessing, in here, and we're all aware of who Cooper Kupp is. Malik Neighbors was my next one because, again, I think the Commanders are going to be winning. I think the Commanders secondary is absolute dog shit, and I think that being that this is PPR, Malik Neighbors doesn't really need a touchdown to kind of pay off at this price. He just needs to catch 8 balls and get 90 yards, and I think that's plenty possible. And so I'm going to take Malik Neighbors to give me at least 17 points today. Like I really feel like his line will end up being 11 targets, 8 receptions, 97 yards, no touchdowns. And I think that's very well within the range of outcomes for Malik Neighbors. Who was my third receiver?
You had Naylor from the Vikings.
Yeah, so I ran out of money, and
Jesus,
you had to have a little fun with it, And Addison is out, and
that's true.
The Vikings will be losing. And Naylor had a big play last week. Naylor is not a useless player in the NFL. I feel like he actually has some talent, and he could be like a little sleeper, And my secondary is beatable every now and again, and I think that they'll get desperate. This is going to be one of those garbage time players. Like this is, to me, Naylor is almost like a Rashid Shaheed type of play, which I honestly, Shaheed, you could pick him today too, because you know how much I like to play for Shaheed in DFS. And being with the just to get on him real quick, like the Saints losing by 20 means that Shaheed should get one of those big plays, or at least multiple attempts at one of those big plays today. But Jalen Naylor, I think, is a good play today. I think he's highly under the radar. And I still think that he can do something against my secondary, being that, it's going to be garbage time and he can get some work in there.
We're naming all of French's fantasy team.
Are
he
we?
has B-Rob, he has Godwin, and he has Neighbors.
Does he?
He goes, damn, I'm going off today.
Yeah, I honestly, I mean, dude, his team, he's already done. He had James Cook, so he's basically a lock almost to win this week. So he should be good.
For tight ends,
you got this, friend.
Yeah, for real. For tight ends, I went with Brock Bowers at 4.4K. I know it's a tough matchup, but the tight end slot's such a hard one to fill, because if you don't pay up, then you're gonna go down here and look at the options. I got Freiermuth, Okonkwo. Like, I don't know. I like the Brock. He had 8 targets in week 1, and I think the Raiders are going to be losing this game, so they're going to be throwing it. So, game environment, I got Brock Bowers hopefully giving me about like 13 points. At 4.4, he's $100 less than last week. I just think Brock Bowers at that price point is going to be a good spot for him.
Right on. Yeah, hell yeah. I think I went Trey McBride. The dude is awesome. He gets targets. Just going to PPR his way up there. I think McBride scores today too. But yeah, that game environment with the Rams, it's similar to the Lions and Bucks game. Like, you kind of want pieces of this game if you can. Like, you want pieces. Like, you have Kyron Williams. Like, this is a great game to have fantasy players in. And because there's just gonna be a bunch of offense, in my opinion. So Trey McBride to me is a great play today. I think that he's gonna go off for at least 10 targets, 8 receptions, and like 2 tutties potentially.
Yeah, I like McBride. Just too expensive for me.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, I went with the Chargers. I think I'll be targeting the Panthers this whole year now. Chargers defense versus the Carolina Panthers. I mean, they're god awful. 3.4K. I was shocked they weren't the highest on the slate, honestly. But I like the Chargers a lot here. And I know French he's the Colts. French is saying Colts defense going to score 24 points. Come on, French.
No, dude. He ain't lying. Like, dude, Malik Willis is fucking bad, bro.
Who'd you go with?
I don't even remember. I know I didn't go to the very bottom.
Oh, you went with Patriots. Yeah, Patriots.
Okay, yeah. So Patriots, against the Seahawks. Because, like, the Seahawks are banged up. No Kenneth Walker is a huge deal, in my opinion. To me, that run game is going to suffer today. And the Patriots at home, first game at home, like their MO is defense. Like, I don't know. This to me all lines up for a pick 6 on Geno at some point. Just because Geno ain't like, ever since that first year where he like played above his mind to get that contract, like, he's been mid at best ever since.
Yeah.
And so Geno doesn't scare me. The running back game, that doesn't scare me for Seattle. So if I'm not scared of your quarterback or your running back, then yeah, let me get that defense.
Yeah. All right. Well, there it is, man. If y'all want to win some money, take it or leave it, man. We gave you some good ones there, but I want to give you guys one more. Here's my bet of the day here. I had Kyron Williams over rushing yards, 73.5. I have Pacheco anytime touchdown, Jonathan Taylor over 81.5 rushing yards, and Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown there.
Everybody in the chat put 10 on it because that's a fucking lock.
Yeah, isn't that it seems
Dude,
like a
it
lot,
looks
bro.
great. It looks great. Like if there was any bet that I was like, man, that's for sure gonna hit. Like this looks like it's a for sure ski. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, man. So take a screenshot, put it in, and I put 5 on it. So let's see
There we
what
go.
happens. But good night, man. Appreciate you always joining me. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for running down the slate with all of us, and I hope your team wins. Other than the Colts fans out there, sorry. Hope your team loses. Good luck on fantasy. Good luck on your bets. Good luck on everything, man. Week 2 is here. Good night. Let's go.
Let's get it.
I'll see you all next week. It's always love, peace, chicken grease on Max Coverage TV. We're out of here. Peace.